It was almost, I think, 2 years ago. And I was like, okay, this is fucking crazy. Why I'm crying?
Welcome back to On the Rail with Techno, Tosh, guys. I'm sitting here with one of our favorite guests here on the show. He was actually one of the first artists that we interviewed on this show, Space 92.
Yo, guys, how are you? Happy to be back.
And we're actually backstage here in Ritter Butzke in Berlin. So we're happy to see him play here tonight. And we're looking forward to a fantastic set in the next hour. I wanted to start off by asking you what your social media strategy is, because I see that you're really good with your social media, whether it's you behind it, your team. Can you maybe tell us how you put your content out, what kind of content you feel like really works for your social media and helps you engage and grow?
So yeah, basically, I started by myself, like three or 4 years ago when I started the project. I did it by myself. And then little by little, the people that I started to work with in 2021, we started to try new things, to see what is working and what is not working. And I was always careful with the content that I'm sharing. So basically, most of the time now there is someone helping me with this, full time. And we have also people in the United States who are giving us ideas, kind of an agency. Because today it's getting harder and harder, to reach good, the algorithm change, and the people also change the way to consume the content. So you have to adapt yourself and to stay attractive, and try new things. Basically for myself, what is working is the multi-post, with a lot of videos of myself playing, with new IDs and stuff like that. So the people are asking for the IDs and stuff like that. And also some, lifestyle content, eating something, or something usual, human thing. And after that, since a couple of time, I'm recording videos to promote my stuff in good places, for example, I did one in Costa Rica with the waterfalls in the background of me, and I'm just sitting with the computer and showing what I'm doing, playing the track. This is a really good way for me to promote the tracks as a reel. But yeah, you need to have a really good place. And also I'm using the mate, the drink, the South America drink that I'm using, for practicing sport and also when I'm playing and stuff like that. So the people are engaging a lot with this also, but the first time that I did it, it was only for fun. And I saw so many people replying with that, so right now it's kind of a side of myself with this drink, so I'm using it a lot, to interact with the people.
Sure, and I can see how if you bring in a cultural aspect, maybe that helps you connect with people more too. And when you're doing stuff like this, maybe for artists that are starting out or maybe don't have an agency or a budget, you maybe have a piece of advice when it comes to social media content, promoting their music or them possibly getting gigs?
I think the most important thing is to stay yourself, and to be creative and to show what you are doing daily. You know what I mean? Recording yourself, trying new tracks on your studio is something that the people like. I'm doing this, I'm recording myself, enjoying my new sounds on the car. This is something everyone is driving, most of the people is driving, they need to recognize themselves, in the situation. I noticed that it's also working, because it's familiar. You don't need so much money or you don't need an agency, to promote yourself. You just need to look what is working on the platform and just try to adapt to yourself and to make it personal. And with all these parameters, something good will happen.
Sure, and I know that with everything that you're doing, of course, social media must take up a bunch of your time outside of everything else that you have on your plate right now. How do you take care of your mental health, or what are some of the struggles maybe that you're facing with this? Because I know that this is a topic that still it's slowly talked about and some bigger artists are talking about it, but I feel like it's still something that we are not approaching with every single artist that is out there, and especially somebody like you that you're in the middle of the fire right now where you're super hype. Are there any suggestions that people may be giving you that have kind of been through this road before for you to be able to take care of yourself too?
You need to take some free time for yourself, see your family, your friends. That's something that I didn't made so much, since the last 3 years. And it's something that affects a lot my mental health, the last 3 years. So I had really up and downs. Lucky for me, I was going all the time up. But I noticed that I'm not like a superhero. I'm human, you know what I mean? With all these travels and all this stress about releasing music and trying new things and try to stay on the game, it's a lot of pressure, you know what I mean? So right now I'm thinking a little bit different, you know, and try to spend more time with my family, you know, and also for myself, you know, like taking care about myself, doing sport and all these things is helping for the mental health. This is something really, really important that you need to take care, because for myself, I was lucky because it was not going too down, but it's something that we have to pay really attention in this game. You know what I mean?
Is there like a moment that you felt like, okay, this is a time where I need to make a change?
It's weird, you know. I mean, like I was crying when I took a flight to Mauritius Island, which is like paradise for a lot of people. But I was crying in this flight. It was almost, I think, 2 years ago. And I was like, okay, this is fucking crazy. Why I'm crying? You know what I mean? I'm going to a paradise. I'm playing there, and I have a lot of gigs. You know, I was dreaming about this all my life, but I realized that it was too much on me. You know, because it's about also the people. You know, sometimes the people are chill people, and sometimes there is stressful people. I'm a stressful guy. You know what I mean? I all the time push myself to do better and better and better, and you know, and it's a fucking cycle. So for my kind of personality, it's really important to make a step back and say, whoa, I need to take care about myself, because this is something that it's a first alert. You know what I mean? To something we can, you know, like just give you so many bad feelings, and you're just not enjoying yourself to play anymore. You know what I mean? So you need to take care about that. So that was the first alert. And after that, it took time to change the routine. You know, we are built with routine in our head, you know, so it's hard to change, but it was necessary.
In those moments, I'm glad that you were self-aware enough to even realize that, because maybe sometimes people are in that moment and then they snap themselves out of it and they say, oh, why am I feeling this way? You know, this is a great life. And then you keep pushing and pushing. And even if you're already burnt out, you put yourself over the edge. So I was just wondering, maybe if somebody called your attention to it or something, that they were saying something to you and you said, oh shit, you know, I have to realize this.
A lot of people, my family told me, be careful, you are doing too much, you know, and we did so many gigs. I was never saying no to a gig, you know what I mean? Because I was dreaming to do this for my whole life. So I was just keeping pushing and pushing, and the people started to show me like I was really tired and all these things. And with all these people around me, I was lucky to have all these people taking care about me. That was helping me a lot, you know. So this is also another part. When you don't have like the alert by yourself, if you are lucky to have people around you who love you, they will tell you, you know, like they will see you are changing a little bit, you know?
Yeah, so basically you kind of listen to the people that are around you as well. To get to some of the fire questions, since you're traveling around the world and you said Mauritius, that wasn't maybe the best experience that time, but if you had to say there was a place that you visited that surprised you in a positive way, that maybe you didn't really know about, a city or country, and once you were there, you were surprised, whether it was the people, the culture, the food, maybe you had a certain dish that sticks in your mind or something that you really enjoyed?
I think it was Costa Rica. I never been there before. I mean, like the first time was in February the last year, and I heard a lot of really good experiences from my friends who get there for vacations and stuff like that, but I didn't know nothing about this country, and I was really surprised. I mean, like about the nature, everything is beautiful, the nature is crazy, there is so many animals. I mean, like you feel that you breathe the fresh air, you know what I mean? The nature air. So that was a really, really good experience, and I was lucky to share some food with locals and stuff like that, you know, so it was a really, really good experience here. So Costa Rica was one of my favorite experiences that I had since a long time, but also I would say Tokyo, but I'm a little bit like, I knew that I will love this city because it was kind of a dream to get there. I was always fascinated about Japanese culture. And when I get there, I was like, okay, this is crazy. I was there only for 24 hours, but you know, like I jumped from the plane, going to the hotel, push all my luggage to the bed, and ran directly to the streets to discover this huge city. It was just insane. So I would say also Japan.
What were some of the things you discovered while you were there, the 24 hours?
Nothing really crazy. I mean, like shops with sneakers because I'm a huge fan of shoes. So this, and also, you know, like walking to the streets, you know, see the people, you know, everything is clean, everything looks different, and you feel everything is different there. So it was an experience, but a really short experience that I want to turn into a future vacation. So yeah, Japan was something really short but really intense.
If you ever want to get lost in a YouTube channel, I'll send you one, because it's all about Japan, and this guy goes to different cities. He did like this series, and he shows like wasabi growing in the mountains, and they go and they pick it themselves. It's super, super cool. So I can understand why you have an interest in going there, and I do as well. I haven't been yet before. And the last thing I want to finish off with is you announced something on your broadcast channel on Instagram. I'm not sure if you announced it anywhere else. Do you want to share some of the news that is coming for us in 2025?
Yeah, I'm finally launching my own label. This is a big step for me. I was thinking to create it like 2 years ago, but I was not ready to make it. You know, I mean, like I needed to achieve new goals, you know, and sign to big labels first. And right now I feel ready to make my own way. I'm launching my own label on the 21st of February. The label is called Takeoff. A lot of surprises is coming with a lot of collaborations with big friends and also people that I respect a lot, and I didn't have a chance to work with them, you know, in the past. So it's opening new doors. I will also, of course, support the stuff from the people that I know and that I play, and also the people that I will discover in the future.
What kind of sound can we expect from your label?
Something fresh. I mean, like, let's say the Peak Time 2.0. Yeah.
2.0. Okay, I like that. I'm looking forward to hearing that. And as you said, you have some plans with the label. When you were looking into your whole future career, when you were young, you said you are still young. When you were younger, when you posted your picture of being in Berlin, I think you were, what was it, 17?
I had 16 years old. I think it was in 2010. It was my first gig. I mean, it was my first international gig outside my country. So yeah, you know, like yesterday I was in the sofa and I was like, this is crazy, because I after 15 years or 16 years, you know, I'm here, you know, and I'm still making what I like, you know, and this is really crazy, and this is something that I need to pay attention to enjoy more.
Yeah, of course. So be present in the moment, and yeah, like you said, really enjoy these moments, because when you look back at that and you say, oh my God, yes, I've really come this far. This is what I do sometimes I have a little gratitude journal. I haven't opened it in months, okay? But I try to mark down all of my milestone moments, just so that when I open it again, I say, oh shit, I did all this in just the last year. So imagine if you were doing that since 17, but of course, you obviously have proof with your music and your career as well.
Yeah.
So with the label, just to close off the episode, is we can expect the Peak Time Driving 2.0. Then we also can expect some big collaborations and artists on there. Is this something that you were looking forward to doing, or is it kind of a new project that came up throughout your career? Or was it something that when you were 17, you were thinking, I want to start a label?
Yeah, it was always a goal, you know, to have my own, let's say, house of music, you know what I mean? Like my own area to grow. I mean, like I right now I feel that I want to follow my own way, you know, and to build something with the freedom to express myself 100%. I was lucky because all the labels that I was working with was like telling me, do what you love and we're gonna release it, you know, and thank you so much for that, you know what I mean? But now I need to feel more free. Yeah.
Makes sense. Thank you so much, Space 92, for joining us again, and hopefully we'll see you in a few years with another achievement.
Take off.
Thank you so much. 15 minutes.
And you're gonna hear some fucking violin sounds on the fucking label.